What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? Who is in the building today? Go ahead and drop in the chat. Who you are? Where you coming from? I want to know. I want to hear. I want to know where's everybody coming from? Where we at? Welcome to Whiteboard Mondays. I'm about to get ready to get started. I love to see everybody's faces too as well. If you can turn your cameras on. I know you may be doing work. You may be at the crib. You may be chilling. You may have that bonnet on. I don't know what it is, but I still want to see your face so that I can know for sure that you're in the room. Okay. And we're going to get this thing started in about 2 minutes. Okay. Okay. See who's in the building. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, AP? What's going on, Zoom user? About to get ready to get started in 2 minutes. I'm looking forward to this lesson today because I was like, man, what stops people from really selling their course? And I came up with a couple things, and I can't wait to share them with you guys today. But we want to give it about 2 more minutes, and we're gonna get this thing started. All right. Drop all right in the chat if you hear me. We good to go. All right. 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 Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Happy Monday. Yes. 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 Like I said, we're gonna give it to 105, you guys, and we're gonna get started because I'm looking forward to this one. I'm looking forward to this one for sure. Say good afternoon. This is a blessing. Yes. I think she meant to say this is a blessing, maybe. I don't really know. Make it happen. Okay. We'll be back in less than 20 seconds and we're gonna get this thing started. All right, you guys, it is currently 1:05 Eastern time, and we're gonna get this thing started. We're not gonna wait on anybody else because we understand that really what's that one saying where they be like on time is late, late is on time, whatever they be saying. I don't really know what they be saying, but that's the kind of point I'm trying to make right now is that we gonna get started because you guys were here on time, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. I want to see where is everybody checking in from. If you can drop in the chat where you are checking in from, I would love to hear from where you are checking in from. We got some new people up inside of here. We got some People that have been with me since the jump, since we got started. Jacksonville, Florida in the building. What's up, Jacksonville, Florida? Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Jacksonville, Florida's in the building. Toronto. Toronto, y'all been rocking with me hard lately. Y'all been rocking with me hard lately. I really mess with Toronto. Never been. But I honestly have been digging the love that Toronto has been giving me. And I look forward to one day getting into Toronto. So, like I said, you guys, if you guys can turn on your cameras, you ever been to church? And when you go to church, you see people at the church. I can't see you guys. And since we are literally on Zoom, and this is supposed to be like a virtual room, if I can't see you guys, I can't feel the energy. If I can't feel the energy, it makes me feel like I'm talking to who knows who, okay? So I have a very, let me give you guys the backstory for everybody that's new here today. Okay, for everybody that's new here today, how did we get here? So I remember a few weeks back, I was getting ready to do a session with a Beauty Pros, a free strategy session that I offered her. And since I offered her free strategy session, we were about to hop on Zoom and do it. I thought to myself, I said, man, if I'm gonna do this for free, how about I ask her if she got any friends that can come too? Because I understand the principle that I'm going to tell you guys about later. But I'm like, what if she can invite her friends too? So she's like, yeah, Jay, I got about 5 to 6 friends that can come on a call with me too, and we all can get the game. So I'm like, bet. We hopped on the call, and I taught my lesson, and they all was interacting with each other. They was collabing with each other, and they was talking to each other. When I got off that call, I literally felt like, man, this right here is amazing. Not it's not amazing because I got to teach. That was pretty dope too. But it was amazing that I could create a free room that beauty pros could get inside of that allowed them to be able to not only connect with others but get some game and bounce off each other. Because you ever heard the saying birds of a feather flock together? Well, I believe that is kind of true. And I also understand the saying of you are like the 5 most people you hang out with. So when I was noticing, like, dang, newbie come on and newbie talked to the other nail tech that's all the way in Trinidad Tobago, and then Journey come on and she talked to the makeup artist. I'm like, dang, this is pretty dope. And can I be honest? I do sell stuff. I have stuff for sale, and I also understand that one of my mentors told me that immersion equals conversion. And the more people immerse themselves with you, the more they feel like, the more they get to know you, which means the more they trust you. And then some of those people will eventually, Lord willing, sign up for one of your things or pay you. If not, you still get to talk to some dope people. Okay, so I understood those 2 principles. So I went ahead and I bought the domain. And when I bought the domain, I'm like, yeah, this is serious. I made the landing page, I put it out there, and people started joining. And so far this week, I've been able to have at least one person on every single week who is serious about changing their life and breaking free from the chair. Because a lot of you, maybe drop in the chat, how many hours a week are y'all currently working? Drop in the chat right now and be honest with me. How many hours a week are you currently working? And if you could finally stop making, wait till these numbers start coming in. 40 plus. We got 40 plus hours a week. Oh my gosh. Wow. Using your hands, right? And I understand. She said 40 plus hours a week. Wow. Got a 40 plus, 40 plus. Yes, a lot of you are here because you like, man, Jay, I'm ready to step from behind the chair. I am actually ready to finally make money teaching what I love to do. How many of you guys feel that way? If you can be honest, maybe you can be honest. That's me, Jay. If you feel like, man, I'm finally ready to make money teaching what I know instead of spending 40 plus hours getting dirty, not having no time to do my own hair, not even having no time to do my own nails, not having no time to do my own makeup. I'm serving everybody else, but I'm not able to enjoy the fruits of my labor because I'm so stuck behind a chair. Man, whew, okay, we here, we ready. I'm so glad. Yes, we ready, we ready, we ready, we ready. All right, so let's get into it. What do I want to talk about today? So if you are a beauty pro and you have been thinking about launching a course or you have launched a course and you are either scared that nobody will buy it or you have not been getting the sales that you desire and you honestly feel like, man, Jay, I put this course out, I created this course, I put this course out here, and I have not been getting no traction. Nobody has been buying it. Nobody has been even asked me about it. It's like I wasted my time. Or man, Jay, oh, gosh, Jay, I'm thinking about launching this course, but I don't even know if nobody's gonna buy it. I don't even know if people want what I have to offer. Am I even good enough to teach this? Do I have enough experience? Am I expert? If you feel that way, I want to reveal to you 3 hidden reasons nobody is buying your course and how to fix it. And if you don't have a course yet, you can literally be ahead of the game because you hearing these reasons, I would assume that it would make you say, all right, let me make sure I don't do these 3 things. Okay. So I want to reveal to you guys 3 hidden reasons nobody is buying your course and how you can fix it. Okay. So if you're ready, just give me a thumbs up in the chat. Give me an emoji in the chat if you are ready to get these 3 things down packed so that you can live off this call and be ready to turn up and make some sales happen because I'm pretty sure you guys want more free time to do the things you love with the people you love the most. Okay. So I want you guys to drop me your favorite emoji in the chat that's in your recent emoji things, and we're going to get this thing started. As you guys can see, because I'm erasing my whiteboard today. Okay. I'm erasing my whiteboard today. Let's make it happen. Make it happen. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Okay. So let's go to reason number 1. Journey says she's ready. I like that, Journey. Let's make it happen. Let's go to reason number 1, okay? Reason number 1 that nobody is not currently buying your course or they won't be buying it when you launch it is right on the board. You created it because you wanted to. I know some of you guys are looking like, Jay, what are you talking about, man? Listen. One of the biggest mistakes I see a lot of beauty pros making is that they create things because they want to. Now, I know you may be thinking, isn't that the whole point of launching a course? Well, the big thing is that I remember I was working with a beauty pro and she considered herself the branding slash marketing specialist in our city where I'm from. And we were having a conversation. I was like, what do you think you should teach people? What do you feel like people want to learn from you? She's like, oh, I feel like people want to learn this. I feel like people want to learn this. I feel like people want to learn this. And I could kind of see that she didn't really know what people wanted to learn because I noticed that the beauty pros that make the most money when I work with them, they know the one problem that their audience is having because they know that they are very good at solving that one problem. So thinking about that as we were talking and we was having this conversation, she was telling me a whole bunch of different things. And I knew that if she went out there in the marketplace and she told these people all these different messages, I knew that if she went out there, she would not get the sales that she desired. So what do we do in that case? What do I do if we feel like, all right, I feel like I know what people want. How can I make sure? You need to validate your course before you create it. You need to put the idea out there in the marketplace before you create it so that you are able to know that people want what you have to offer. How do I do that, Jay? Well, first things first. Number 1, you need to have some type of course idea. You are good at something. You are good at something. And I want you guys to understand, I did this demonstration last week. A lot of you have saw me do this before, but peep this. This is where you are at right here. Okay. This is where your audience is at right now, in pain, going through something. And this is where they want to be, where you are at right now. But if you step back and you look 5 years ago, you were right here too as well. Okay. And you went on this journey that kind of looked like this. And then you eventually got here. And I like to tell my beauty pros, if you were to look back at your journey and you used to ask yourself, man, if I was to do this all over again, what would be the 3, 5, or 7 steps I would go through in order to get here faster and easier? Okay. If you were to look back and think about that, and you say, okay, well, if I was to start over as a nail tech again, here's what I would do. Step number 1, step number 2, step number 3, step number 4, step number 5. And I would get here faster instead of my journey looking like this. Oh man, that's what people want. That's what you sell to people. If you feel like you're not an expert, you don't know what to sell to them, you don't like, Jay, I don't know what to teach. That's what people want. People want your students are here, just where you were. They're trying to get here where you are at right now. You went like this, but you figured out a map, as I call it. And you know that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7 steps that you would take in order to get here easier. So when you're thinking about what do you sell to your people, what you sell to your people is the process that you would take if you had to do it all over again. Somebody feeling me. Somebody is gonna leave off this call and be like, Jay, that's what I need to hear. Somebody gonna leave off this call and feel like, Jay, I need to hear that. I need to hear that because I'm stuck right now, Jay. I don't feel like I'm the expert. I don't feel like I know how to teach what I do. I don't feel like, oh man, nobody will listen to me. I don't feel like I have the experience to teach yet. But if you can tell me, and maybe you guys know, drop in the chat. Drop in the chat if you know what you went through. If you like, Jay, I know all the stuff that I went through when I was literally coming up and trying to figure this thing out, how to be a nail tech, how to be a braider, how to be, what's up, Aaliyah or Alea? What's up, Aaliyah, David? See you in the building. If I was trying to figure out how to get clients, like AP just said, how to get clients. If you knew what you knew today and you had to go back and help your old self get there faster, what would be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steps you would take in order to get there? What would be the steps you take to get there? And that's what you would teach to people, you guys. Teaching does not have to be hard. We are educators now, or you're about to be an educator. The only thing you have to do is solve problems. And who's the best person to solve problems for? Who you were 5 years ago. So when you create a course because you want to, because you think it's a good idea, like, oh, I got this course for this, I'm going to create the ultimate nail tech class. How to learn how to structure, how to learn how to do cuticle. I promise you nobody want to learn that. I promise you, at least not at the initial level when they first meet you. They have a desire, just like you had a desire. Didn't you have a desire? When you started this thing, you had a desire. This where you were in pain. You were trying to get here because you had a desire. You have a desire. So when you talking to people, when you promoting, oh, I'm getting fired up today because I know somebody, it's always one person. It's never the whole group. Not yet, at least. But it's always one person that leaves off the calls and change. And I'm so fired up that it's going to be one person that leaves off the call and does something about their situation. Seriously. Okay. So thinking about this, when we look at this whole process, you don't create stuff because you want to. You create stuff because you were in past pain. You are now not in pain anymore. And you have a process or map, as I like to call it, that you can literally give to people to help them get there. That's who you go back and serve. You go back and serve your past, your who you were 5 years ago. I'm stumbling in words, you guys. Is that making sense? Can somebody drop like an emoji in the chat that's making sense? Because I want to make sure that you guys are understanding what I'm saying. And I'm not just on here talking and babbling because I want somebody, one person, to literally get off this call and go make a difference in their life, in somebody else's life. Seriously. So how do I figure out what the problem is? How do I figure out like, how do I figure out? She said I had a light bulb moment as soon as you started playing. Ah, that's good, Journey. How do I figure out what people's problems are? That's a good question, right? Because if I'm telling you guys to solve people's problems, and I'm telling you guys that you should create a course because you want to, you should create a course because there's a problem out there that your dream student has, who you were 5 years ago has. How do I figure that out? Well, I want to give you 3 letters. 3 letters. You do this right. If you do this right here, this will put so much money into your bank account and give you so much freedom back. Ask. Oh my gosh, this seems so simple, but it's something that people don't do. And I tell everybody that comes under my coaching and they rock with me as a coach, I tell them this. What you need to do in order to figure out what to sell people, because people will tell you what to sell to them. I learned from one of my mentors that the people who ask the most questions, like in the sales call, or the people who like whoever does the most talking during the sales call usually has the most leverage. So if you're doing the most talking, this is like a side tangent. Y'all okay if I go on a side tangent? I think that's okay. If you are doing the most talking while you're selling, you're probably not going to get the sale. But if your student or your client or whoever is doing more talking on the sales call than you, you have higher chances of getting the sale. Because that means you are asking them questions that allow them to tell themselves, because people love talking about themselves. You're asking them questions that allow them to talk or tell on themselves, as I'm saying. And when you do that, it allows you to understand them, which means you can customize a solution that fixes their problem. So what do you need to do? You need to ask people. Think about, I know everybody has somebody in their DM probably, or people liking their posts that you could reach out to and say, hey girl, you know what? I'm thinking about teaching my very first class as I'm thinking about getting into teaching nail techs, a beginner nail techs. And I was wondering, like, what do you think the single biggest struggle nail techs go through when it comes to blank? And guess what people are going to do? They're going to tell you what the single biggest struggle is, but they only know about themselves. So they can only tell you about themselves. Oh man, somebody getting it. Somebody is getting it. Somebody is literally going to be able to get off this call. I know I keep saying it. I'm hyped up today. I think that's okay. Somebody's going to be able to get off this call and literally do what I say and watch people start talking to you. And it's going to blow your mind. And when they tell you the problem, guess what that means? You then need to go and create a solution that solves their problem and sell that solution to them. Does that make sense? Is it, or is it like too simple to where it kind of feels like it's like I'm wasting your time? Because I want to be honest. I want you guys to be honest with me. Like if it makes sense, I want to know that. But if it's like, Jay, this is so simple. I've been new this, Jay. I've been new this, Jay. I just, like, because if you say it makes sense, I've been new this, my question to you would be, well, why haven't you done what you already know? Usually it's not that we need a whole new plan or scheme or whatever. It's usually us just doing the things we already know we need to do. Okay, I think y'all get it. I think y'all get it. I think y'all get it. So let's go to reason number 2. Let's go to reason number 2. The first reason that your course has not been selling and why people have not been paying for it is because you created it because you wanted to. And you did not validate if people wanted what you have to offer first. Okay, that's the first reason. Let's go to the second reason. The second reason that your course is not making any sales is because what works for you hasn't been proven to work for others. Let me write that down. So this is going to help somebody else too. And I'm going to put what works for you needs to work for others. I'm going to do it for others. What do I mean by that? I was reading a book one day, and it's called Expert Secrets. It's by Russell Brunson. And in the book, what he was telling us to do is when we first get started, what you need to do is, number one, you need to do what you're going to teach people on yourself to make sure it works for you. Like you come up with something that works, you need to do that on yourself. Once you do that on yourself, then you need to go out and find somebody to help for free and get them a result using the process that you literally just did on yourself or came up with, so that you can prove that it doesn't just help you, it helps someone else. A lot of the times, you guys are teaching from experience, but not from a process. When I work with beauty pros and I say, okay, I just worked with a knotless braider last week. I said, okay, tell me the steps to doing knotless braids. Or like if you used to teach somebody, tell me the steps to getting them from A to Z. She was like, well, I think I just do it. Like, I don't really know. I haven't really put my stuff in the step, like in the process. And I was sitting there like, that's the issue. A lot of beauty pros are great at what they do, but they have not sat down and took the time to create a process around what they do. How do you think McDonald's is like one of the biggest fast food chain restaurants? They have a process that is repeatable. If you are going to move into education, you guys, as a beauty pro, you guys need to start looking at things through a process. Okay, when I say, if I wanted to, let me just give you guys an example. If I wanted to teach a nail tech how to price themselves, what is the first thing I would do? What is the second thing I would do? I think it'd be better if I illustrated on a board. Let me illustrate on the board for you guys. That's what we're here for, right? Okay. So I like to teach on something called, and I got this from my mentor. It's called a success map. It's a success map. And what a success map is, are the 3, 5, or 7 steps you take to get a result. So let's say you are a beauty pro and you know how to price yourself. Because I saw a lot of you said that you guys know how to price yourself. Let's say that you guys know how to price yourself, okay? If you were to price yourself again and you started over, what would be the very first step that you would do? What would be the next step that you would do? Like, okay, step number 1, if I was to price myself again, would be this. Step number 2, if I was to price myself again, would be this. Step number 3, if I was to price myself again, would be this. Step number 4, if I was to price myself again, would be this. And if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, that will equal profitable pricing. So if I was to ask Journey, or if I was to ask Aaliyah, or if I was to ask Crystal, or if I was to ask Zoom user, what is something that you feel like you can teach your audience? And you would tell me, and then I would say, okay, so what is your map? What is the map you would give them in order to help them get the result that you are claiming that you can deliver to them? Somebody getting it. If you got a piece of paper now, right now, I want you to put at the top of your paper, I can help somebody do blank. I can help somebody do blank. If I were to help them do blank, this is what I would do. Step number 1, blank. Step number 2, blank. Step number 3, blank. Because what you guys have to understand is that you need a process around what you do, and you need to deliver that process to people. Because just watching your grandma make your favorite cake is not enough. You need the recipe. Somebody get me. You need the recipe. And it's the same thing in the beauty world. If you plan to be a teacher, you need the recipe. You cannot be an educator and not have the recipe to get the result that you desire. Aaliyah said facts. I hope your name is Aaliyah, not Aaliyah, and I'm not messing it up. You need the recipe. So what is your recipe? For real. Think about it. Can we just, have we ever thought about what it means to think? Just sit back and think. What, okay, if I was to get my first 5 clients again, what would I do? Okay, step number 1, I would do this. Step number 2, I would do this. Step number 3, I would do this. Oh, bingo. Your audience doesn't want to know only what you did. They want to know how you did it, what to do next. And just because you can do it doesn't mean you can teach it. Because teaching is a transfer of belief and process. You become a great teacher, and we all practice this until the day we die. When we can transfer belief and also transfer a process. I have about maybe 3 to 10 signature processes for what I do. You don't need a lot of them. And that's the power of focusing on one group of people. Because if you focus on one group of people, like a certain type of nail tech, a certain type of hairstylist, a certain type of makeup artist, a certain type of braider, when you focus on one person, your lens is like this. And that allows you to be able to templatize and understand the problems that they go through. And makes it easy because you understand the problems. You know that, all right, hey, bet. Aaliyah, what do you do? Drop in the chat what you do, because I want to use you as an example here. Crystal and Zoom in user, drop in the chat what you guys do so we can get to know each other a little bit more too. Drop in the chat what everybody do so I can use some examples to kind of make this fit what y'all do a little bit better so y'all can really, really, really understand. Okay, so not Crystal. Aaliyah said, I'm a hairstylist specializing in wigs and weaves. Okay, boom. Let's say that number one, Aaliyah, if you want to move to education, you need to dominate one assignment. So you need to choose if you want to do wigs or weave. I don't know if you made that decision yet, but that's going to be very important because if you throw in two different things out there, it's going to confuse your students. You need to dominate one field. So let's just say you said wigs, okay? If somebody said, hey, Aaliyah, I want to pay you $1,000 to coach me on how to do wigs, what is the steps you would take them through on how to do a wig? Okay, phase number one, you need to learn how to prep your client. Phase number two, you need to learn how to do blank. Phase number three, you need to learn how to do blank. And then what are the steps in those phases? Journey says she was a nail artist. Nail artist is very broad, okay? Nail artist is very broad. Actually, look at this, you guys. Oh, I love this. I want to give y'all this because I think this is going to help somebody. I want to give y'all this really quick. I think this will help. I want to give y'all this. This is going to be good. Okay, so look. Imagine we have a pyramid, okay? And the pyramid is split into 4 parts. On the left side of the pyramid, this represents impact. The more little people, the more impact. On the right side of the pyramid, it represents dollars. The more dollars, the more you make, okay? So let's say the first level is all beauty pros. Oh, this is gonna help somebody. At this level, you impact this amount of people and you make this money, this amount of money. Okay? Boom. But let's say you say, okay, I want to niche down a little bit more. And I'm gonna focus on all nail artists. So now your messaging gets a little bit better. You impact this many people and you make this amount of money because you moved up. Think about it. Why does the person that serves you at urgent care make less than the person that they send you to after you leave urgent care? Because it's a specialist. The general doctor at urgent care makes way less than the heart surgeon, right? Am I wrong? I'm pretty sure. I feel like I'm right. Okay? So let's move up a little bit. You can do this for any arena. Let's move up a little bit. So let's say, okay, first I'm like, all right, I target all beauty pros and I help them learn how to do nails. Then I say, okay, I target all nail artists and I help them learn how to do something in the nail world. But let's say I target all, I got the opportunity to work with a Russian manicurist. Guess how much they're gonna make? They're gonna impact way more people. And they're gonna make way more money. Don't y'all think? Don't y'all think? The person who targets everybody, the person who specializes in all the beauty industry, not gonna make a lot of money. The person who has a specific sector in the industry that they focus on, they're gonna make some money. The person who goes deeper and deeper, they're gonna make more money. And then at this level, right here, is where you then focus on a type of person. Boom, 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 boom. So at this level, I'm focusing on the Russian manicurist. I'm a Russian manicurist who only teaches 6-figure Russian manicure specialists. So you focus on a type of person at this level. Okay? So you can do this in any arena. I'm a beauty pro. I specialize in helping hairstylists. I specialize in helping wig artists. I specialize in helping wig artists who are already launched a course or who already know how to do blank or who already made 5 figures in their business or 6 figures in their business. Think about it, y'all. The heart surgeon makes way more money than the person who literally works at the urgent care because they specialize. So if you are in your head like, oh, if I niche down, I'm not gonna be able to make no money. If I niche down, actually, if you don't niche down, you're not gonna be able to make no money because you're talking to everybody. And if you talk to everybody, You're talking to nobody. I learned that from one of my mentors. A confused buyer never buys. So I want you guys to just sit back and think about it. Who would I focus on? I honestly want y'all to start here at this level, because this is where you have a true impact. So all beauty pros, nail artists, but I work with a certain type of nail artist, maybe acrylic or people that use Gel X, or like, it's so many different ways you can do this. And then guess what? When you specialize, you then are able to start coaching and offering coaching calls to that type of person, get them a result on that coaching call, and then upsell them. I'm gonna give this to y'all too. One of my mentors taught me this. He said, I feel like I just unlocked something in my brain. That is so good to hear. That made me, I'm gonna screenshot that. That actually made me very happy. And I see somebody did the monkey emoji that's blew up. I like that. That made me happy too. Thank you guys. I really appreciate y'all. So next thing I'm thinking about is that this right here. He said, I told you I had the mentor. He said, you give away the information. You sell the implementation. Oh my gosh. Let me just say it a little bit slower just in case y'all missed it. You give away the information. You sell the implementation. So what does that mean? Let's say that I'm Aaliyah and I do free coaching calls, free strategy calls. And somebody says, hey, Aaliyah, I want you to help me make my first $5,000 as a wig specialist. And Aaliyah gets on the call and says, no problem. Here's what it takes to do that. First thing you need to do is blank. Second thing you need to do is blank. Third thing you need to do is blank. Fourth thing you need to do is blank. And then you'll have the life and the money you desire. Aaliyah just gave that person the map. Remember we talked about the map earlier? The map to getting to the desire. But Aaliyah did not give that person the directions to get there. She gave them the route, but she didn't give them every turn they got to take to get there. Every freeway every exit they need to come up on. Because we give away the information. We sell the implementation. I'm giving away you guys information. But if you want to work with me one-on-one and implement this right here, I would say, okay, you can either join my $27,000 coaching program if you have a course already. You can join my $1,000 coaching program where I'm going to help you make your first course sale before recording a single lesson. You don't have to spend no time, money, recording nothing. We're going to make you money before you even hit the record button. Or you can hire me one-on-one, which is $1,000 an hour. But I gave you what you needed. I gave you what you needed. You can literally take this and run with it. But if you want me to hold your hand, I'm going to sell you some implementation. So that's why it's important. We got to come up with these processes. A lot of you talked about teach people how to price themselves. Okay, how do I price myself? First thing you need to do is you need to figure out what area you're in. Then you need to figure out, all right, what services you want to offer. But then they're going to be like, okay, that's great. And they can say, okay, wait, but how do I figure out what services I want to offer? Peep the wording. How do I do that? How do I do blank? How do I do this? How do I do that? That's what you sell to people, you guys. That's why people do free strategy calls. And if you focus on one type of person, you're going to get so good at serving them that you're going to just be a beast. Okay? You're going to be a beast. So one of my mentors said this. He said, people don't buy information. They buy transformation. And transformation only happens when there's a clear path. I'm going to give you my definition. People do not want another product, another course, another coaching program. They don't care about, I promise you, nobody wants your wig coaching program. Nobody wants your nail tech course. Nobody wants that. What they really want is a result. And if you understand that we are not selling courses, programs, academy, universities, mentorships, coaching programs, one-on-ones, we're selling a result, and you start marketing to the result that people want, and not that you have another product list or course out, you will make more sales. I'm confident. I'm confident in it. I'm confident in it. If you stop saying, hey, I have my ultimate nail tech course, or hey, I have my ultimate wig course, and you start saying, hey, would you like to finally be able to sit at home and make $500 to $800 without touching one human's head? Well, I do this thing called wigs. I make wigs. And this allows me to sit in my house at the comfort of my home in my pajamas and work on one thing for whenever I want to, sell it for $800 and never have to never have to service a regular human. Oh my gosh. So you tell me I can make money from home doing wigs and I don't have to worry about having a shop or people coming to my house and messing it up and worrying about booking appointments and rules and regulations, and I could just make wigs and sell them. Oh my gosh. Wow. I'm not coming out with another nail course. Hey, you guys, I got a nail course. No. What am I coming out with? Have you ever wondered how I'm able to sit down in the chair, make women feel so beautiful, and get paid great money to do so? Well, let me tell you this. I'm a nail tech, and I'm able to make $200 to $250 and $150 per hand. But not only that, I get tips. And what that allows me to do is I can come in, do 4 hands, and have the rest of my day, if I wanted to, have the rest of my day to myself to go do the things I want with the people I love the most. Is somebody hearing this right now? I don't want to be fired up by myself, you guys. Is somebody understanding how you can literally, that keyword how following as a question, yes. Are you understanding how y'all can literally just be better than a lot of beauty pros out here by just speaking to the desire and not to the surface level thing of like, hey, buy my course. No, buy my course so that you are able to do what? What will they be able to do once they finish your course and they implement what you say? That's what you want to market to. Okay? Okay, they got it. Y'all got it. Let's do number 3. Last one. The third reason that nobody is buying your course, or they won't buy your course when you launch it, is because this is a funny one right here. You want, how can I illustrate this? You want a mountain, but you work like you only want to build the hill. What are you saying, Jay? You getting off philanthropy, philanthropical and poetic and stuff, right? Oh my God, I want to be able to travel when I want to. I want to be able to make 6 figures as online. I want to be able to work 12 hours a week. I want to be able to coach. But I only post when I feel like it. I never show my face on camera. I am too scared to ask people what they need. I tried it for 90 days and it didn't work. Oh my gosh. What am I saying to you guys? You want passive income, but you are putting out passive energy. Yep. Your energy in your marketing, in your work ethic shows what you really desire. Anytime a beauty pro come to me and they, oh, I'm really trying. I'm trying, Jay. I'm trying. I get that from Maya. He's talking about clock to me. I remember my wife first did that to me. She did it like this, and I did like this. And she's like, no, that is not how you do it. I'm like, yeah, but this really mean like somebody talking like loose or something. I don't know. And she's like, I was like, yeah. But you want passive income, but you're putting out passive energy. It shows. You post when you want to. You barely promote your course. You don't even talk about it on your stories. You don't go on IG Live. You aren't sitting down thinking about, okay, how am I going to exit from this chair 12 months from now? You moving like you don't care. I was literally talking to I was talking to one of my students that's in my $27,000 mastermind. And I had to kind of like talk to her before we got started. And she has a course. She's made about $20,000 already from her course online. And as we was talking about it, I was like, how have you made 20 grand already and you still like, what's going on? And she was telling me like, I just don't know what to do, blah, blah, blah. So, okay, so what are you currently doing now? She's like, what I'm currently doing now is really nothing. Like, I don't have time. Like, and I said, don't you got a daughter? I got a daughter. And we started talking, and I started talking to her. I said, you are moving, like you are okay with your daughter not being able to have time with you for the rest of her life. Your daughter is young. And you claim you want to be from behind the chair, but you moving. Like, you okay with missing her moments. I don't know if any of y'all got kids, but I need y'all to stop moving like y'all don't want time with y'all kids. Maybe you don't have kids. Maybe you have a family. I need you to stop moving like you don't want to spend more time with your family. Maybe it's you by yourself. Maybe it's you by yourself. I need you to stop moving like you don't want more free time for yourself so you can get your hair done. When the last time your hair or nails or feet been done? When the last time you got a massage if you ever have? Y'all not moving like y'all really want it. I'm just talking. Think about how many people come to me and they talk like they will talk my ear off in the DM. I'm just being real with y'all. This Whiteboard Mondays, okay? They talk my ear off in the DMs. Oh, Jay, I really want to break free from the chair. I really want to be able to do this. I really want to do that. And like, when I say, okay, that sounds good. I have an opportunity to help you. Or, okay, like, Jay, I want to sign up for your programs, blah, blah. And literally, as soon as it's time to sign up for a program or something, oh, Jay, right now, I don't know if it's a good time. My pockets is kind of tight. Ah, I don't know, Jay. And I'm not in the business of forcing people to sign up with me. But I do believe that there's a cost to signing up, but there's also a cost to not signing up. And that's something I haven't really taught on or talked about to myself. What's the cost of you not investing into yourself? Even if it's not with me, what's the cost of you not investing to yourself and still working 40 plus hours behind the chair? Your daughter, son, boyfriend, husband, mama and daddy getting older, getting bigger, and you don't have no time to spend with them because you continue to make the decision that holds you back. A lot of y'all are okay with y'all kids growing up without seeing you because you don't want to put effort in it to make money online, teach people what you want to know. Or you acting like you don't have a course that's very good that could really help somebody. Seriously. You want to make $5,000 a month online. You want to make $1,000 a month online, but you haven't gone live. You haven't emailed your list. You show up, you don't even post. Every time an opportunity comes for you to invest in yourself, you make an excuse. How do you plan to go higher without being uncomfortable? Uncomfortable is the only way that you grow. Give me a time where you have been comfortable and grew. That's not how that works. Everything that grows goes through a period of being uncomfortable. Think about it. When you plant a seed in the ground, before the seed shows and we see it give us fruit, the seed has to bend itself in the dirt, bend itself in the dirt, bend it, push through the pressure of the dirt before it pops out. Before a tree grows up, it grows roots down first, and then it goes up. But a lot of y'all are really acting like y'all okay with y'all situation. And really, it's going to take you doing something that's uncomfortable, that challenges you in order to get to the other side where you want to be. Somebody hear me today. I know we getting ready to end, you guys. I know this is the part that nobody want to talk about. Nobody want to step on y'all toes. Everybody want to be passive. I'm going to be the coach because you showed up on here. I didn't force you to show up. You clicked the link and signed up. But I need you guys to stop acting like you got time. It's this verse in Ecclesiastes. I'm a Christian. I follow Jesus. There's this verse in Ecclesiastes that tells us that there's going to come a time where we die. There's a time to be born and a time to die. I want y'all to act like today could be your last day. And if today was your last day, would you be satisfied for how you acted with your life? I'm even talking to myself. I promise y'all I am. If today was your last day, would you be satisfied with how you've been behaving? And if you aren't, what are you going to do when this call is over to change your situation within the realms of God, within what he says? What are you going to do? Seriously. So those are my 3 reasons, you guys. Number 1, you're not going to get any more course sales, or you're not going to make your first course sale because you created because you wanted to. Number 2, what works for you needs to work for others. You are experienced at what you're doing, but you having to create a process that you can transfer to somebody else in order for them to be able to repeat the success that you had. And number 3, you want more while doing less. You want a mountain while doing hill efforts, building hill efforts. And if you were to fix those 3 things, I believe that you will be able to get some course sales confident. Or when you launch your course, you will be able to have something shake. Okay? Okay. So I appreciate you guys so much. I thank you for coming on. And I will talk to you on the YouTube sphere next week. All right, so that's the YouTube stuff, you guys. Let's go ahead and take some questions or get some feedback. If you don't mind, unmuting yourself and hopping on